All right, my topic is ocean pollution and the fishing industry and how these things affect us. This issue affects all of us, and when fish populations decline, it's not just the fish that suffer. Humans rely on fish for food, jobs, and a major part of the global economy. After researching studies and reports on ocean pollution, I've learned just how the health of the fishing industry depends on the health of our oceans. Today I'm going to explain three things: the types of pollution that harm fish and marine life, how pollution damages the fishing industry, and why solving this problem matters for people and the economy. First, let's look at the main types of pollution that affect the ocean. One of the biggest threats is plastic. Every year, millions of tons of plastic end up in the ocean. Fish and other marine animals often mistake small pieces of plastic for food, or they get tangled up in plastic waste like nets and bags, and many of these animals don't survive. I'm sure you've seen pictures of baby turtles wrapped up in little plastic things, and it's really sad. And another major threat comes from chemicals. Oil spills, pesticides, and toxic waste poison the water, making it unsafe for fish to live and grow. Pollution also destroys marine ecosystems by reducing water quality and spreading harmful substances that can kill marine life. And also, plastics and chemicals are two big causes of the problem. But how does this pollution affect people who depend on fishing? And that brings me to my second point: pollution's impact on the fishing industry. When fish die from eating plastic or living in polluted water, fish populations shrink. And this means fewer catches for fishermen, which directly lowers their income. And even when fish survive, they can still absorb harmful substances. And polluted fish are unsafe for humans to eat, and that lowers seafood sales and consumer trust. Pollution also reduces the number of healthy fish available, which leads to losses in the fishing industry. One of my visual aids, I couldn't get them to be printed, so I just have the information on my screen, but fish populations essential for food and jobs have crashed by 50% in the last 4 decades. So I'm pretty sure it was like since 1970, but that's a pretty large number, and we need the fish, and there's very not many of them left. And clearly the damage isn't just happening under the water, it's also hurting us on land. And finally, let's talk about why solving this problem matters. Millions of people rely on fishing for their jobs and income, and if the oceans are too polluted, those livelihoods are at serious risk. And then on the other hand, cleaner oceans mean healthier food supplies, stronger economies, and safer ecosystems. Protecting the oceans benefits both the environment and the people who depend on fishing. In other words, fixing this problem is not just about saving fish, it's about protecting human communities as well. And then my other visual aid shows the economic impacts in 2020 that the fishing industry provides 1.7 million jobs. It provides $253 billion in sales and $117 billion in value added. So that's a lot of money and jobs that are at risk with ocean pollution and the fishing industry. To conclude, ocean pollution harms marine life, damages the fishing industry, and threatens people's jobs and food security. Protecting our oceans is not just about saving fish, it's about protecting an industry and way of life that millions of people rely on. So that's my speech.